Greetings. Yeah, I'm back, and at least for the present time, I expect to be putting out content on a regular basis, back to what it used to be, which is definitely every Thursday and sometimes on Sundays. I'm not going to fully commit to a bunch of Sundays because, as long as I get out my one video a week, I'm at least holding on to the contract I set with myself. Put out a Sunday video, well, cool. As a matter of fact, I know I already have one coming out this Sunday, so there you go. You'll have your 2 videos in a week. I need to start off by following up on the last video I did where I was talking about my mother and how I broke her out of the nursing home, and that's how I'm, referring to it. Well, in that video, I was kind of positive on how she was acting those first couple of days that she was home. It hasn't been all that positive ever since. From what I understand, talking to a healthcare professional, basically she had a couple of days of adrenaline. So she came home, she did some things that she just hadn't been doing, and she was back in this environment. It was me and her and a couple of other folks who she knew, and she was going really well. And then things started to change. So where we're at right now is that mom has periods where she just sleeps. She sleeps a lot. I have to wake her up almost all the time, which she doesn't like. Whether I'm changing her or moving her or trying to get her to eat or drink something, she doesn't like any of that. But, you've got to do what you got to do. You can't just let her stay there all the time. And I have basically spent a lot of money on things for her, trying to get her better. Now, right now, I'm just coming off of 2 days in a row where she did not eat or drink anything. It was very weird in the fact that I could get her to take it into her mouth, but I couldn't get her to swallow it, and then I had to get it back out of her mouth. And that was dangerous. And I was freaked. I'm not gonna lie. I was really freaked out. I was, worried, maybe this is getting close to the end. I mean, one of those things that happens when you do a lot of research is maybe you learn too many things. And based on the research, she's either in stage 6 or 7 of her dementia. Stage 7 is that last bit where you're going to go down really fast. And she was exhibiting some of those signs until today. Early this morning, same thing, would not eat, would not drink anything. But because I've read a lot, one of the things that I had read said something about using ice chips just to keep the mouth moist. So I decided, let's try that. So I got some ice chips in her mouth. She didn't want them in there, but she took them, and then she was acting like she was trying to chew and swallow. So I figured, let's give it a shot. So I got some applesauce, and I got this stuff called Glucerna. Glucerna is basically the protein drink, the health drink that I've been giving her. And she ate 2 ounces of applesauce, which was really a big deal to me. And then she drank 6 ounces of Glucerna. I was like, wow, all right. And drank it, swallowed. And I started to feel better. As a matter of fact, I felt so good, I went up and got myself a large French fry. And that sounds weird, but I've been under this thing where if mom doesn't eat, I don't eat. And I know folks will say, no, you got to take care of yourself. But sometimes, that's just where your sensibilities are. So you get kind of locked up into that. And I'm not doing that on purpose. I really don't. But, if mom isn't doing well, then I don't feel well. And I just don't want to eat. But that's how that goes. I've lost a few pounds, still walking some steps, but I haven't walked as much because I've just been tired. It's amazing how stress will make you more tired than lifting. And I've done both in my life. So there you go. So mom is doing okay right now. I'm taking what I can get one day at a time. And, but I've got other things I have to do. I'm still doing physical therapy on my shoulder. And one of the things about that is that now we are into strength training. And that's weird because, years ago, strength training meant you went to the gym, you lifted, anywhere from 100 to 150 pounds with your arms. With my legs, I was lifting between 300 and 500 pounds. I know some people will doubt that, but I had a whole lot of witnesses back there. And when I was still married, she was one of those witnesses who saw me pressing 500 pounds with my legs. could never do it with my arms, but I was doing it. And, you know, that was a regular workout. Now, last Monday, or this past Monday, I was finally able to get a 3-pound barbell in the air. 3 pounds. Last week, it was only 1 pound. So, that's a shame. And the thing is that, you know, I'm also having to move my mother around. So that's a little bit of weight, but it's like very kind of concentrated. She's spread out. It's just amazing. But we're going to see how long that goes. I have a meeting, or an appointment, I guess we'll call it, with the no-fault insurance doctor on the 28th. And we all know what that's going to be. I'm going to go in there, and this guy's going to assess whether I need to still be doing physical therapy or not. And I'm not going to make his life easy. I'm not going to make it hard. I'm just not going to make it easy. If he asks me a question like, well, how long do you think you need, or how do you feel, you know, everything, I'm like, hey, dude, no, I'm not here for you. I know what you're looking to do. I know why they hired you. I mean, these are not even local doctors. These are guys who are coming from out of town, like 3 hours away, just to have this one day, and then they're out of here. So, not making their life easy, but I'm not making my life hard. You know, so if they decide they want to end it, okay, you know what? I've got weights around here. I've got weights going up to 25 pounds if I need that, just for the arm. And it's amazing because, you know, last week when I got the 1 pound and I couldn't lift the 1 pound, I said, let me see what I could do with my other hand. And I just like did this kind of thing up here, and I said, that's a shame. But, you know, the surgery they did on me, that's just how that happens. So, what am I going to be doing going forward? Probably the same type of thing I've been doing. You know, I got the 2 channels. And on my business channel, a couple days ago, I talked about creating this course. I'm looking to do a course on what I call healthcare revenue cycle. And that's because that was my career before I basically had to start taking care of mom, watching mom more closely. And I traveled doing that. Well, right now, obviously, I can't travel. But I'm thinking about putting together a course, and I'm thinking about doing it as a membership site course. That way I don't have to do everything all at once. I can, you know, kind of go along, putting things together. I can do both video and written and PDF. And I can do Zoom calls if I need to. And then I can record those and put those up there later on. So I'm thinking about doing that. And, you know, who knows? And there's some other things I'm thinking about doing. I'm not going to get into it. I don't know necessarily how much I'm going to do. But you know what? If it generates pretty good income working from home, I'm all for that. Because I really don't want to have to go out of the house to do anything. Unless I got, well, okay, this is terrible, but you know, if something happens to mom and now it's just me, and I get a gig to go to a real state, which basically says I ain't going to Florida, I'm not going to Texas, it's just not going to happen. I'm not going to California, I'm not going to the West Coast, just not going to do it. But if I got something, I'll tell you the truth, got something in Pennsylvania or Ohio, you know, East Coast stuff, or maybe I'll say Midwest, and it pays well, I'd consider it. But no, I ain't going to a whole lot of places. I'm not jumping through multiple time zones. Just not going to happen. Okay, maybe if they were paying me $200 an hour, I might think about it, but I'm still not going to Texas or Florida. Ain't gonna happen. I'm wearing my mask everywhere. Now, mainly I'm wearing it because I want to make sure I don't get sick and then bring something home to mom. Or that I just get it, don't get sick, but still bring something home to mom. I'm wearing my mask. I don't care what anyone says. As a matter of fact, for the first time, I am actually going to get the flu shot. And I'm saying the first time, I guess I should say the first time in 30 years. Because the last flu shot I got was in 1990 and I got sick. And I got sick 2 years in a row. But I figure if I'm going to take care of mom and hope that she sticks around for a while, then I'm going to take the flu shot. You got to think about someone else. You can't always just think about yourself. So I'm going to do that for her. I can't take her out of the house, so she's probably not going to end up getting one this year. Mom is not going to be what she used to be. Just not going to happen. So I've got to be the guy who says, okay, I've got to do it. So yes, what am I going to do? I'm going to do some reviews on things. I'm going to offer my advice on blogging and writing and almost anything else. I'm going to tell some stories. Matter of fact, I already have a couple of topics on stories I want to talk about. And, you know, I still put this out there. If there are things that some of y'all out there who may decide that, you kind of like me or you like some of the videos and you have a question on something that maybe I can answer, go ahead and ask. Heck, years ago, I did a video talking about suicide because there was a young man who I had heard a story where, he was thinking about wanting to kill himself because he just felt bad. So I did a video on suicide. I was an older guy, but I did this thing and I, told him, you're not alone in this. Sometimes we all get to a point where we have that thought. I haven't had that thought since I was 17, but still. And he appreciated that I did that video. There's a lot of stuff that I like to say I know. There's a lot of stuff I don't know because I have not led the life that a lot of people have led. So don't ask me about liquor because I've never had a drink. Don't ask me about drugs. I've never taken any drugs. There you go. And don't ask me about religion. Just don't do it. That's all I'm saying. So there you go. I'm back and we're just going to see how things go along the way. What's interesting is that I've gained subscribers during the time I was off. Someone explain that one to me. Maybe if I don't do another video, I'll hit that 1,000. That would be interesting. And for those of you who might be seeing this for the first time and you're wondering, hey, what's with the shirt? Oswego State, there you go. Oswego State University in New York, and Oswego, New York. That's where I went to college. You'll probably see this shirt, or actually I have 3 of these. So you'll probably see this often because it's one of my go-to shirts. Anyway, my name is Mitch Mitchell. I'm back to see how long this goes. And welcome. Y'all take care.